You can smile again. Do 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 do. Dude, actually no, it's hunting for your dream. Dun, 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 dun. I think that's more accurate. I think that's more accurate for where we are right now, dude. Yo, hold on, man. Hold up, son. Bro, I'm starting off this one with the Santa hat today, man. Screw it, bro. We're mid-goat flashback? Hold on, dog. Yo, we're starting off the day with the Santa hat. I already know what's going to come on. Look, we are in the middle of an all-time flashback. All time, ladies and gentlemen. We are here for the Phantom Troupe's flashback. And I'm so thankful that I have the opportunity to live stream this. Just in case if you guys are not in the Discord, I'm currently dealing with a copyright strike. And normally those people who have a copyright strike are not able to stream. And so I'm like, oh man. Because the thing is, copyright strikes normally, you get like soft banned. So like, I'm already fully expecting like every single video that gets put out from here until this strike gets resolved to just be buried in the depths of the ocean. But as long as the channel is still alive, I'm completely fine with that, right? Like, it is what it is. But as long as the individuals who want to watch the videos are able to find them, that to me is what's most important. So I'm really hoping that this copyright strike situation gets solved soon. But hey, as long as I'm still able to stream, son, we Gucci. We are Gucci like Robert D. Lucci. Because, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for Hunta Toyabu. And after I read the most recent chapter, which I really wish that I would have had the opportunity to stream. It was finals this past week, so I did not have the opportunity to do so. But man, I'm so glad we're here after the most two recent chapters. Togashi's cooking, and we finally reached the legendary 397. Obviously, this is the one with the big tree that all of us were losing our minds over back whenever we first saw Togashi was coming back. So this should be a special one, man. I'm very much looking forward to it. We'll see what our boy has in store for the rest of this flashback. But I have been enjoying every single second of it up until this point, man. I just saw this man, Mbappe, put up a masterclass, bro. I was like, yo, what am I watching right now, son? And it made me think, I was like, yo, I gotta go read that Togashi greatness, man. And, like, this was the only window of opportunity that I had today to be able to do this. So I was like, you know what? Let's go ahead and take care of business. Read some Hunta Toyabu. Last night, I recorded the afterthoughts for One Piece, as well as the episode reaction. It's a triple episode reaction, but didn't have the opportunity to upload that because it's such a long video. So that I will try to upload later on today to see if it can go up throughout the week. So exciting stuff. But without further ado, let's get into Yoshihiro Togashi's Master Police. Master, please, that's me right now. Master, please, stop feeding me this greatness because I can't handle it. And so please let me know in the comment section down below or in the chat if the audio's good. And let me go get the chapter. Let's get the chapter ready, man. Togashi, bro, what are we cooking this week, man? What are we cooking this week? Yoshihiro Togashi. Audio's good? Thank you, bro. Thank you. I appreciate you. I truly appreciate you. Recon, you have a Discord for your channel? I do, DJ. I do have a Discord for the channel. That's where like most of the updates come in. For example, like currently dealing with the copyright strike situation and stuff. It is in the description box down below if you would like to join. That's where I put out like all of my updates for what's going on with the channel and videos. Because I know, like I said, while I'm soft banned for this copyright strike, that is where all of the videos will be posted. So that individuals can see all the videos that get released, and also to be a part of the community as well, right? So if you would like to join it, the link is in the description box down below. But without further ado, let's get into it, y'all, man. I'm super excited. It's such a good time to be alive, bro. I just recently caught up to Blue Lock, and since I don't watch anime on Saturdays like that, that's normally the day that I'm out and about with the fam. So on Sunday is like my anime day, right? So I got like the One Piece anime. Now I got Hunter x Hunter manga. Though I hope now that finals are almost over, I can get back to do it on Fridays. But regardless, Hunter x Hunter manga. I got Bochi the Rock, my show, dude. Blue Lock, More Than a Married Couple But Not Lovers, Spy Family. I mean, yo, Sundays are stacked, dude. You know, after House of Dragon ended, I was like, yo, what am I going to do on Sunday? And this season was like, nah, we got you covered. We got you covered. But ladies and gentlemen, let's get right into this with Yoshihiro Togashi's masterpiece, chapter 397, The Founding, Part 3. So we're continuing here with this. I really loved the last chapter, though, man. Like, it was so good. I'm loving the way that it's being executed up until this point. So let's see what Part 3 has in store, man. I'm kind of shook. Let me make sure audio, the mic is here. We're going to have another special screening of the Power Cleaners. Ooh, more Power Rangers this week. Please join us, everyone. Are those three not here yet? Not showing up 15 minutes early? That's unacceptable. And here we get to see some members of the troupe. We can see Shayla, I believe, here in the background. Oh, by the way, now that I see Shayla, while I was on break, I did a lot of rereading for a bunch of the series, but in particular, Hunter x Hunter, I reread the Kurapika one-shot. So we're all caught back up on that as well. Yeah, thankfully. I did not have the opportunity to rewatch or reread the entirety of York New, but I did see a bunch of panels that connect to the current material, thanks to what all of you sent me. But regardless, here we get to see the squad, the boys, you know what I mean? Finks, Chrollo, I think that's Machi right there in the background. Franklin and Nobunaga are always barely late, but Sarasa? Those three are not here yet. So, of course, Sarasa, the situation that was dealt with, that started at the end of last chapter. I'm going to go look for her. Wait, I'll go with you. You don't know her wet nurses. So here we see a bunch of people out here in Meteor City. I haven't seen her since yesterday. We thought she was with you. So they're going out, they're interrogating, they're trying to figure out. This reminds me of a Trails mission, man. Whenever you're trying to find out and interrogate others for information, it just sends you on, go over here, no, go over here, no, go over here. And then eventually it's going to be out in the middle of nowhere with a massive monster waiting for you. That's the way it works. That is a Trails side quest in general. Thank you for your patience. The start of the show has been delayed. She never returned to the hamlet after she left. She must have wandered off alone. Considering the conversation we were having, she must have gone to look for more tapes, which is exactly the case. What should we do? Chrollo. So here we see the rest of the troupe, all leaning on their leader already. You see the leadership skills. They're all leaning on him. Individuals who once were like, I'm making my own decisions. Now, for something this grand, for something that involves someone that is important to each and every single one of them, they look towards the boss. They look towards Chrollo. And I love how that slowly is established throughout this flashback. Hey, there he is, the Red Cleaner. It's the Red Ranger, man. It's Johnny Young Bosch. Thanks for coming, everyone, but I have some bad news. We have to cancel today's screening. Sarasa, who plays the Orange Cleaner, has been missing since yesterday. She said she was going back to her hamlet, but we don't know where she went. As you know, there has been an increase in kidnappings of children all over Meteor City. We knew it was dangerous, and we let her go home by herself. It's my fault. And I love this panel because it showcases how everyone is paying 150% attention to Kurapika, might as well be, to Chrollo as he's delivering this speech. We're going out to look for Sarasa again, meaning we need to cancel today's screening, I'm sorry. And so Chrollo's like, you know what? This is more important to me. Finding, and what I love so much about this is it's consistent with the material in which we know in the present time, right? The individuals who mean something to Chrollo is more important than anything else. And that goes along the lines of what I've been saying in regards to Phantom Troupe for a long time in regards to Chrollo in any other series would have been the main protagonist. Seriously. I mean, the Phantom Troupe are literally the main JRPG party. You know, they are the main cast. And you even see this in the selflessness of like, no, I'm not going to go further my goal. I'm going to go out and look for my friend. Like, how is that not shown in Jump MC Energy? You know what I'm saying? And so, and here we have somebody raised their hand and say, Red, I'll help look. And see, now Chrollo's even getting all the individuals in the audience to want to go out and help as well. Me too, me three, yeah. Thanks, but it's dangerous. Gather by the hamlet. Talk to the wet nurses first. Ask the factory chief and the men will help too. Tell him Chrollo's asking for help. Nobody would refuse. You hear that? Yo, Uvo's like, yo, tell him Chrollo's asking for help. You already know no one's gonna refuse once they hear that the boy, the goat, needs some help, man. I love that. I love it because it already is going to show, like I said, how much everyone here is starting to rely on Chrollo. We'll be the ones to find Orange. Yeah, Red, let's find Orange. We can do it if we work together. Chrollo, go with Uvo. Use my bike. Chrollo, don't cry. We'll find her. She must have gotten hurt and got stuck somewhere. Man, he's letting out the tears exactly in the same way in which he let out tears for Uvo in episode 51, man. Man, so we look over. Chrollo's on the back of Uvo's motorcycle. Cloud's strafing this thing. They're zooming and zapping all over the place. We see them towards a place that has like going this way is something, going this way is something else. And everyone's calling out. They're all looking for Sarasa. And here we see a locket out in the middle of nowhere. The forest, she might be there. It continues to rain. Now it's pouring. Like, it is raining extremely hard. And here we get to see Chrollo with just this devastated look on his face, man. One that no child should ever have. Looks over, everyone stops, and you get to see something hanging from one of the trees. And everyone is surrounding it. My God. So this is the tree. This is the tree that we saw that Togashi was drawing. So all the troop members. Chrollo sees this thing. So immediately whenever I see this bag, I remember how Killua used to grab people's hearts. And in the anime, it would show it as like within the bag. And here we see a note attached to the bag. No. We won't know who it is until we check. And Chrollo's like, I'll go look. It's gonna be the head, isn't it, bro? I'll go look. Hey, that piece of paper, what does it say? Uvo, could you get that down? What's it say, Chrollo? Get that down. Uvo looks at him. Ready? It falls. And it's caught. Man. Falls to the ground. The whole body is in there? Oh, heck nah, bro. They pulled a kingdom. From a distance, it looked like a very small bag. This is a very large bag, dude. Because you get to see the feet. Oh, man, and then it's followed by a panel of Chrollo as it's pouring down, tears running down his face, son. And another note is attached right here to what appears to be the forehead, because I see the hair. It's Sarasa, isn't it, Chrollo? Chrollo, Uvo. Man, bro. Chrollo, answer me. What does this say? I won't say it. So Chrollo read it and he's like, I refuse to acknowledge what is stated within this note. And most of all, I'm not going to let y'all carry the burden that I'm currently carrying within myself. What was that? Don't mess with me. What are those bastards who killed Sarasa? Right! I won't say it. I'll never speak of it, even if you try to kill me. So he's like, yo, I'm not going to allow y'all to bear this same cross. If you want to know, learn how to read it yourself. And Uvo punches the flagnards out of Chrollo, man. Uvo, are you going to leave Sarasa behind? Machi, come on, we need to take her home. We can't leave her like this. It must have hurt so much. And bro, it's like, imagine seeing this as a child. It's like, I just imagine, I was one of those kids that was always outside, like, playing with my friends, right? Like, that was my thing, going to someone else's house, people coming to my house. It's like, I was always with the same friends in the neighborhood. And so we were always together doing our thing. I can't even imagine how I would have felt if I were to go out looking for one of my friends and something like this happened. That would be a traumatic experience for anyone. but for individuals who deal with as much as they have to deal with within Meteor City. It's like, yo, and now y'all decide to even take this away from us? Sarasa? One of my friends, one of my people, the Orange Cleaner? And I love how Chrollo is like, yo, I'm never gonna speak of this, dog. No matter what you do, you better learn how to read yourself, because I ain't ever gonna say this. And Machi's hugging Sarasa, man, within the bag. As it's pouring down, a very cinematic visual right here. And obviously we know, based on the interviews, that Togashi is heavily inspired by horror cinema and video games, right? So this is obviously something that has been presented within a horror movie before. Any type of horror novel or anything is like the individual who goes onto the forest and sees that one of their beloved, has been like attached or is hanged or whatever it is. Like, it is a very common trope, but to have this happen to children, ladies and gentlemen, that is the thing that gets me. And it has just this very cinematic quality to it, with the rain falling down in the background, the battle between friends. It's just, it's magnificent, man. We need to take her home. We can't leave her like this. It must have hurt so much. She must have been so scared. I'm sorry. And just start crying out. Shayla, of course. Rain continues to fall. Wow, she's so pretty. She looks like she's still alive. Am I tripping? Brother, am I tripping? Dude! So we have Sarasa in the casket. Is it just me, or does this look like a young Morena? Bro, look at the hair. Look at the thingamahoo right here on little flowers. I can't even tell what that is. I don't care. It looks like Morena. Am I tripping? She looks like she's still alive. Is this on purpose, dog? Or is it a coincidence? Is it just Togashi's? I don't know. Bro, but this looks a lot like what a Morena would look like as a child. Bro, my heart is beating like at the speed of light right now, bro. Yo, my heart is beating at the speed of sound, bro. It's called embalming. It's a technique that restores and preserves the body to make her appear to she was when she was alive. We have Machi peeking out the corner, Chrollo. Nah, man. Yo, dude. Let me tell y'all something, bro. If we're cooking... If this is the reason, because remember, when this flashback started, I was telling y'all, I was like, yo, there has to be something consequential that happens in this flashback that is going to allow us to see understand something from a different perspective when we get out of this flashback. Right now, obviously, Sarasa's death is going to be something that we're going to understand why, like when Uvo died, it hurt the Phantom Troupe as much as it did. And stuff of that nature, right? Like, obviously, seeing more of their motivations, what allows them to move as characters, the origins of the story, in and of itself is already legendary, right? But, bro, what are we... I might just be tripping. I might just be tripping, bro. I might just be tripping, but Sarasa looks like young Morena, man. Real talk. Real talk. All right, so we continue. We see someone, it looks like the old girl from Spy Family comes in, and is that the chapter Black Tape? So old girl from Spy Family comes in, Machi sees her come in, We see some people leave flowers. Of course, it's the kids, Franklin, Shayla, Nobunaga, and Finks. Chrollo here with a heart. The chapter black tape. Oh, and they leave the chapter black tape with Sarasa. So now we're going to know if in present time, if Sarasa's Morena, then she is going to have the chapter black tape in today. Like, within... That's the only reason why an object like that will ever be shown. Let's have Sarasa hold on to this. We've memorized the whole thing anyway. And Chrollo, you see the look on his face like, yeah, absolutely. Renko. So here we see the Spy Family character. Could I learn that too? The embalming thing? No, my embalming isn't a technique, but a special ability. Is it related to the light around your body? So even at this young age... I mean, obviously, we saw Chrollo unleashing his Nen ability within the most recent chapter, and we saw that the Phantom Troupe were able to pick up on it, so we know that they were able to see Nen aura at a very young age. But the fact that Machi was able to see it within this specific character, like, yo, you can see aura? So Machi looks, such pretty eyes. Yo, now that I take a closer look at the eyes, very reminiscent, in terms of like the way this panel's drawn, of what's her face from Yu Yu Hakusho, man. From the end of the manga, from the King arc, from the King's arc, the tournament. Flagnards, bro. See, this is, oh man, it's like the name is right, like Makuro. With just the facial expression, just the facial expression, not in terms of like them looking the same, but just the facial expression. Kids, come out anytime after you get permission from your wet nurses. Get on the last bus. Tell them you want to go to Kirimori Valley and show them this. They'll take you for free. So here's a free pass, a free ticket to allow you to get on the bus and go over to Kirimori Valley, which I'm going to assume was where Machi ended up learning Nen. So right here within this page in and of itself, we have potential stuff here for the future. I'm very fascinated though, because just sticking here for a second, if Sarasa, let's just say hypothetical situation that if Sarasa is Morena, then Togashi's dipping into his A Song of Ice and Fire can of worms in regards to Renko potentially actually allowing Sarasa to live thanks to utilizing this technique. Which, it's like, when will such a thing even activate? I'm so curious, because it's like, why leave the chapter black? Okay, all right. I might be tripping, but I like what I'm seeing. So we look over, regardless, like I said, we're experiencing B. Uvo, will you wait 3 years? I promise. I'll get everything ready before I turn 14. Myself and the system here in Meteor City. I can't wait that long. I'm leaving today if I have to find who did this to Sarasa. That would be like trying to find a needle in a haystack. What about traveling the world with me? So Chrollo really did never tell them, right? So what he read in that letter is like Robin reading the Poneglyph, right? And like keeping it exclusively to herself. What about traveling the world with me? What's going to change in 3 years? A lot. The world is on the brink of a communication revolution. With the right infrastructure in place, people all over the world can be connected at the speed of light. A single individual can transmit something that will be seen by the entire world, and that is definitely the internet, right? It'll be a paradigm shift. So Chrollo's observation hockey was already picking up on the fact that there would be a device down the line that would allow everyone around the world to receive information instantaneously. So what? The culprit must have kept images, a message to attract attention, a crime scene. Chrollo! Is this Shinichi Kudo from Detective Conan that I'm seeing here? So not only is Chrollo the Red Ranger, not only is this man the director of Power Rangers and the greatest animated director of all time, he might even be Sir Alex Ferguson for all I know, bro. The only thing I know is that Chrollo is a leader among leaders. He is a man among men, and now you're telling me that this dude is out here investigating crime scenes like he's an old dude from Judgment, like he's Shinichi Kudo from Detective Conan. He moves different, bro. He moves different. A mission to attract attention, a crime scene created with a deliberate framing in mind. That location was like a theater. That location was like a theater. There were a bunch of cigarette butts where we were standing. Someone was recording images from that spot. Once they realize there's an opportunity to show off their work to the whole world, they won't be able to resist the urge. So we have a conky type of individual, like a sicko, and I love how Chrollo reaches this conclusion, because obviously they're working within the field of theater as well. They're working within the space of trying to attract as much attention to their product and bring people to watch their product. So Chrollo knows what it takes to market that, to bring the attention, right? To have the desire to want people to see your work of art take place. And so he's taking this to the sicko extent, though, to where he's like, if I'm feeling this for something that's positive, imagine somebody who's thinking of this in terms of like something that's extremely negative, something like this, something like showing a body like this over to the dark web. It's like, son, obviously. And the fact that Chrollo was able to reach this understanding at such a young age, does it have something to do with what he read, or did he reach this conclusion due to his life experiences? Maybe it was a combination of the two. Evil will hide in the shadows. It will be the same in the connected future. Even in this network where countless rays of light traverse the world, there will still be national borders where authority will regulate their passage. But they'll find a way. We'll prepare that loophole for them. If we use the void here to build a place where they can avoid police pursuit, criminals will come to us. Not the bait. They'll find a way. And they're going to use the void here to build a place where they can evade police pursuit. And the criminals will eventually have no other choice but to come to them. What do you mean? We'll make a hideout for bad guys with a new technology. And we'll pick out who we're looking for among those who show up. Oh, that I get. Shalnark. I'll help too. So, and then of course Shalnark, and so is that how Shalnark's ability was born? Was based on this concept, on this idea? 3 years will be over before we know it. There's a lot of things we gotta do to prepare. We need knowledge and the means to close in the perpetrators, and the power and skills to take them out when we do. And here we have Shayla just walking away. Yeah, and one more thing, something very important. What's that? If we're going to make it so there will never be a victim like Sarasa in Meteor City again, we'll need resolve to the will to devote our lives to this cause. And there's the tree. In 3 years' time, I'll end up killing a lot of people. Chrollo's like straight up, bro. He's like, yo, in 3 years, I'm finna be a Call of Duty player. In these next 3 years, I'm catching bodies upon bodies upon bodies upon bodies. I'm finna have the highest kill-death ratio since you know who from Bleach. Dog, like, stop playing with me. Y'all gotta understand what it's gonna take to do this. What it's gonna take to make sure we never lose someone like this ever again. Oh, yo, Chrollo is generational. I knew from the moment I saw this man within York New City, I was like, bro, I don't know who he is, but that's my guy. He just had a raw character design. And that has led toward today, where my intuition's never wrong. My intuition has never failed me. When the beeper starts moving, and I'm not talking about the, oh, I need help and I can't get up beeper. I'm talking about, yo, I'm living beeper. I'm talking when the heartbeat is moving faster than light. I'm talking about when you're experiencing goat raw fire and peak. It doesn't matter if you're experiencing through a chapter, an episode, a character. The veins will start moving. Things will start popping. And in your mind, in your heart, you're like, whoa, what is this? I don't know what's cooking in the background, but I love it. Your intuition's like, son, believe in me. Believe in the me who believes in you, who believes in me. You know, that calming of greatness. So it's like at this point, we're reaching the scenario where my intuition that I had when I first got into Hunter x Hunter back in 2013, and I saw Chrollo for the first time, is popping. It's like, yo, this is what we've been waiting for 10 years. Like, dude. The creation of a goat. In 3 years' time, I'll end up killing a lot of people. Chrollo. But I know that's not what Sarasa would want. If I could ever see her again somewhere. Look at this shot of Chrollo, bro. It's like a side view. You know, Yoshihiro Togashi got this directly from some sort of movie scene. because we know he's a massive fan of movies. So I know for a fact he must have been watching something in the background. He was like, yo, I like that shot. He probably wrote it down, or he kept it in his memory bank and utilized it here, because this is a really good shot. You even have the trees right here in the background. But I know that's not what Sarasa would want. If I could ever see her again somewhere, I would happily apologize over and over. Still, I'll never let them get away with it. Not in this life. So what's so cool to me is, once again, the parallels between Kurapika and Chrollo. They both reached the same conclusion, to ensure that no one else would ever die on their watch, or to find in Chrollo's case, it was to make sure that no one else would die in front of their eyes. Kurapika just wants to annihilate all of the troop, right? He's like, yo, screw this, they massacred my entire clan, they're catching this L. In Chrollo's case, his mission to ensure this caused another version of himself to be born down the line. And I think that's so fascinating. In the fact that while he was on this mission to ensure that nothing like this would ever happen to one of his people ever again, he ended up creating another Chrollo in the process. Someone who hates him just as much as he despises the individuals who took Sarasa from him. And so now, after seeing this, now I can understand how Chrollo must feel deep inside about this Hisoka situation. Like, bro, man. If there's nothing in this universe that would enable such a reunion, not in this life. And here we look down and we see a whole bunch of weapons. I just can't imagine that people would do such a thing with how the current criminal's justice works. Would genuinely feel any remorse for their actions and make reparations. That's very interesting. Chrollo reached a conclusion that no matter what is done to people like this, they will never be able to change. From a character standpoint, that's going to make for a very compelling narrative. Because obviously that is a state of mind that is very childlike, right? But at the same time, it's like reaching that conclusion in and of itself lets you know how much these characters have gone through. Just being able to reach a conclusion like that. I'm going to live the rest of my life as a the rest of my life as a villain. One that the whole world will fear. I'm gonna redesign myself and this city to ensure that small-time crooks would stay far away from Meteor City. Uvo, will you help with this as the leader of the troop? He wanted Uvo to be the leader? Will you help with this as the leader of the troop? Chrollo, you're the leader. With you as the leader, I will follow you until I die. And when he says that, they all put the now you feel like number one shining bright for everyone finger up, bro. Oh, this is peak. This is peak. This is generational, son. This is legendary. I can't believe what I'm witnessing here, bro. I went from starving from Hunter x Hunter content to being so filled that I could talk about just this chapter for the next 10 years. Bro. And then we turn over, we see a young Chrollo. I believe what this is supposed to indicate is either he's shaking or he's nodding. Then we get to see Chrollo from a few years later. I'm going to assume this is 3 years. 3 years after. And here we get to see everyone a little older. I'm going to assume now they know Nen, the original Phantom Troupe members. Together we are. Nah, this is real shonen, ladies and no, bro, yo, this is real storytelling. This is greatness, bro. This is greatness. We're living it. We're experiencing it. We have become it. We are one with greatness. We are one with greatness, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, dude, wait a minute. Yo, man. Oh, hold up, bro, hold up. no. This is worthy of the Jordan jersey, bro. This is generational, dog. This is whoa. I thought Mbappe put up a masterclass earlier. Nah, but this is a masterclass. This is a masterclass and a half. Togashi. And dog, it's beautiful. It's peak. It's generational. It's undisputed. It's unrivaled. Oh, what a flashback. And that's the end of the chapter. Chrollo. My intuition doesn't fail, y'all. My observation hockey has never let me down, man. You know how Rayleigh told Luffy that it's all about sensing someone else's, like their intent. I smelled Togashi's intent from the moment I started this series. I was like, oh, I see greatness within that one, bro. You know, whenever there's that old man who, in every single anime, I'll say Coach Kamigawa as an example, as a massive Ippo fan. You know, he smelled greatness in Ippo and Takamura. He smelled greatness in them, right? And that was me with Chrollo, bro. And that was all of us, I'm sure, right? Where saw the man like, yo, what's being cooked with that guy? And bro, I'm already a Chrollo tard. I've been a Chrollo tard my entire existence here on YouTube. And now we've gotten to the point to where I'm seeing what created that GOAT in the first place. Oh, Phantom Troupe fans, we are winning. We are being blessed. The culture is being fed. And when I'm talking about the culture, I'm talking about the culture who knew from the very beginning that the boys were the boys. That the Phantom Troupe, that Gene Yodan are them. Chrollo is him. MVP. Ooh, the leader. Oh, Togashi dropped a bit. This is one of the best chapters of the year. Easy. This is right up there with my favorite One Piece chapters that have come out this year. This is up there with the very best. Oh yeah, no, man. If I like actually like dumb down to it because of my attention, because of my love for Chrollo as a character, I think this is top 5 chapters of the year, man. Woo, and it's not over, bro. I don't even know the flashback's over. Good God. Man, yo, honor, bro. So I got a super chat right here, and then after reading the super, I gotta talk about some stuff in here, and I gotta get y'all's thoughts, specifically about this Sarasa thing. I'm so curious. I genuinely, bro, Sarasa might be Morena, man. I'm being dead serious. I'm being like, I'm not trolling. I'm being dead serious, bro. Like, I'm curious. I'm curious as to why this was paneled in the way that it was paneled. Why it was drawn the way it was drawn. But regardless, before we get into that, let me read the super and let's have a discussion because this chapter was magnificent. This was not only one of the best chapters of the year. I would dare say this is one of the best Hunter x Hunter chapters. This is right up there with the very best. I love this chapter, man. This chunk was goated. This was absolutely phenomenal, man. I can't, like, brother. This chapter by itself was worth the 4-year wait for me personally. Like, this for me is like when I received that Yamamoto episode in Bleach, where I was like, nah, it was worth it. Where I was like, nah, that 10-year wait was worth it. That was this chapter for me for when it comes to Hunter x Hunter. Like, bro, I remember coming off of the most recent batch of chapters. And I was like, hold up, man. When we come back, it is Phantom Troupe season. I just didn't expect it to be literal. Literal. Oh, yo, York. Oh, York New City's about to be an 11. Screw a 10. It's about to be an 11. Hardy Momo comes in with a 5. Shout out to Hardy Momo, ladies and gentlemen, who states, the notes on Sarasa probably detail what they did to her, which would explain why Chrollo was unable to give that information to everyone else. He kept that within his heart. He was like, I cannot possibly state this. But there's a reason why whenever he read that note, it completely changed the game. Right? Like, and not only did he see what happened to Sarasa, but he read what happened to Sarasa. And that must have led him to the conclusion of what made these individuals so sick in the head. Because, of course, like I said before, those experiences of him within a theater troupe led him to understand what it would take for somebody to create a cinematic experience like that, right? And he's like, they're like me, but they're sick in the head. And so Chrollo was already coming... I can only imagine how many snuff films the troupe had to watch. Easy to be jaded after that 100% Hardy Momo. 110%, man. Okay. Am I caught up on supers? You think I'm caught up on supers? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I need to go back and reread this panel real quick. Alright, I'm tripping, but hold on. Let me make sure my glasses are good to go. Because, yo. So this is... This might not even be a theory. This is simply an observation, ladies and gentlemen. This is simply an observation. I rarely have I ever turned the page and been treated as something that is so just like, what? You feel me? Because the thing is, all right, so this is so when I turn the page right here, this is page 12, right? When I turn the page here and you see Sarasa within the casket, look at the hair, and look at how close the hair to me. Let me pull up Morena. Let me put up Morena real quick. Because, like I said, it could be a coincidence, right? It could be a coincidence, and obviously, YouTubers are almost always. If there's one thing about us YouTubers, is that 95% of the time we're wrong. That is facts. We are wrong. But let me tell y'all something. This is just an observation. So, bro. Okay, so Morena obviously has those 2 scars on her face. Obviously, Sarasa does not have those 2 scars. So I'm already getting waxed. Okay, so I might be wrong, but I find it interesting how they do look like each other. I'm just going to say that, alright? I find that interesting. And if there is ever a likely scenario that Morena is Sarasa, that would completely change the dynamic of this arc moving forward. That is all I'm saying. For the narrative from that point on, I can't even imagine how such a thing would be. So I'm just going to leave it at that. We will return to it if Togashi decides to return to it. But I just find it fascinating how the very first thing that I saw here was Morena's face in Sarasa. That's all I'm saying. The hair. I was like, hold up, man. And the tape. So, look, let me tell you something. One thing and then move on to other things, right? But if that tape that they left with Sarasa is shown again in Hunter x Hunter on the boat, that's all I'm saying. Just keep an eye out. If we see the chapter black tape again on this boat, keep an eye out, bro. That is all I'm saying. But regardless, for right now, Sarasa's not Morena. I was tripping because for sure, so we'll continue. But But I'm gonna keep it halfway because I like theories like that, you know. So I'll stick with it. I don't care. I don't care. So we continue here. Shout out to my boy Shadow, man, who says 397 is an easy contender for best chapter in this arc. And that has come from the biggest Hunter x Hunter fan that I know. So I know that Shadow, I know you gotta be gassing this up to the moon and back, man. I mean, to the moon and back, son. Yo, this chapter was special, bro. You know that Vince McMahon meme? Like, yo, he was special. That's gonna be us with this chapter. Legit, man. Yo, Namer, how's it going, bro? Just reading this Hunter Toyabu greatness, man. Greatness. So, let's talk about this chapter. I'm in shock. I'm in shock, and here's the reason why I'm in shock, y'all. Like, here's the reason why this chapter hit as hard as it did. I knew this flashback was gonna hit. I knew that this flashback would have, like, as we all had the implications, right? That once we got out of this flashback, every character has a major death flag on them from here on out, 110%. But for me, the most impressive thing about this flashback is not the potential consequences that it could have in the narrative later on. It's how Togashi was able to tie in the smallest of details about each individual troop member to their childhood in a unique way that I never in a million years would have imagined. And while doing that, he's presenting this in such a visual just... Bro... This chapter was a cinematic experience. I can't be the only one who felt that way, bro. The way the panels were structured, the rain, everything about it just screamed Togashi's love for film. This was a cinematic experience. The anime could never come back. And I heard, saw, felt, smelled everything about this chapter. This is taking full advantage of the medium at hand. My man's back is broke, bro. His back is broken, and he just directed a masterpiece. A 22-page film. Bro, I might put Chrollo over Jing after this chapter. Like, bro, the thing is, right? Jing embodies what makes not only Hunter x Hunter, but what makes anime and manga so special to me, right? Like that's been the same thing from day one. It's the reason why Jing is the profile picture of the channel, even though he obviously has a big negative reputation to him. But I feel like he genuinely represents everything that's great about Hunter x Hunter, Yoshihiro Togashi, and about just anime manga as a whole. It's a beautiful thing that Togashi is doing with Jing right now, which is why I want to see his character more. But from what has been presented for me, man, it's like, how could I not put Chrollo at the top? Bro, he's too good, bro. You know, most of the time, villains do not receive backstories because they can't live up to them. They can't possibly live up to them. Like, when you receive a backstory, it forever changes, like, how you look at these characters. This flashback has only served to elevate my love for the Phantom Troupe, man, in like every single sense of the word, bro. And when a villain flashback is done right, like whenever I get, and this is very common within like all of my favorite Shonen Jump stories. I'm talking about like my One Pieces, my Gintamas, my Hunter x Hunters. When I get my villain flashback, and I see how it is they became the sickles that they are. It's like, oh, it makes perfect sense. But like I said, it's the way in which Togashi executed this that just has me in awe. I'm in awe, dude. I'm in awe. This man Chrollo became Shinichi Kudo, bro. He became like 1,000 different characters. And it just makes so much sense considering what his ability is in Skill Hunter. And the leadership. What I love so much about the way that the leadership role has been executed as well is that Chrollo did not want to be the leader. As a matter of fact, Chrollo was bullied. Then he himself, through his positivity, through attracting everyone to him, in the same way a Shonen Jump main character would, he would then come out here and have everyone wanting to follow him. And so now you have all the individuals in the audience actually accepting his apology. They're all like, yo, we're gonna join you, brother, no worries. And then going from that to where now everybody, after hearing what he states, are like, I'm going to follow you to the bitter end, brother. It don't matter. I'm following you to the end. He didn't even want to become the leader of the troop. He asked Uvo to be the leader of the troop. And Uvo was like, brother, you're the only one that can be. And the establishment of that leadership role. And then, of course, like I said before, to showcase this. And now when we see the Kurta clan massacre from a different perspective, from the eyes of someone who is genuinely just trying to make sure that no one of his people ever taken out ever again, and to know that he failed at that. To know that he is the reason Chrollo going on this journey created the consequence of not only establishing and creating another Chrollo in his place in a Kurapika who would look at him the same way that he's looking at the individual who killed Tsarasa, but because he went on this journey and decided that it didn't matter what would happen, it didn't matter who was in his way, people were gonna die, and that was a consequence that led to Kurapika's creation, to the current way in which Kurapika's character is moving, that would lead to Uvo's death. So Chrollo himself going on this journey, creating Kurapika with what happened with the troop, ended up leading to him losing one of his closest friends. Chrollo X Morena fan art. You know why that exists, DJ? Because people have to ship goats with goats. So like they understand the only other individual who can potentially be matched up with Mr. Gas Raw Goatness in Chrollo is somebody who has the same energy, which is Morena. My thread, yo Pluto, what's good, my brother? My thread has reached 60 tweets. Shadow's spoken. Yo Shadow. Plug if you don't mind. If not, no worries. But yo, people, Shadow, if you do post your link to that thread, this man writes exceptional threads for Hunter x Hunter. Threads that make me appreciate the series even more than I already do. And so, if you are not doing so already, and you're a fan of Hunter x Hunter, and you have a Twitter account, follow Angra Shadow on Twitter. He is a massive Hunter x Hunter tard, and his appreciation and passion for this series is at the forefront when you read his threads. They are magnificent, especially for, like, I can't wait to read it after coming off of this chapter, which I already know is going to elevate it even more. And so, nothing but love to my boy Shadow. Shadow, if you want to leave a link, like I said, you're more than welcome to, my good brother. More than welcome to. The chapter hit like a truck. Facts, Tay. It hit different. It hit different, man. Yo, Syndratic says, Chrollo said at the end of the chapter that if he ever saw Sarasa again, he would apologize over and over again. If she is Morena, it might make for one of the best scenes ever. Let me tell you something, Syndratic. I think what's interesting about it is, so let's just say, regardless, right, whether Sarasa is Morena or not, you know, the tinfoil theory. But if Morena, because the first thing I thought of when I saw Sarasa here was Morena. So I wonder if that was on purpose from Chrollo. Will Chrollo, or on Togashi's part, will Chrollo feel the same thing whenever he sees Morena? And like, yo, you look like someone that I know. And then, of course, not potentially not being the same character. Or maybe someone else within another body. I'm going to stop with my tinfoil theories here. I can go on all day. I can go on all day, ladies and gentlemen. All right? We could pull a Hisoka's bill once again here with this. But, you know, it's tinfoil. It's tinfoil. That's what makes this fun. The moment in the forest had me playing Bring the Fate. Yo, as a matter of fact, that's actually a perfect song for that for that entire scene. It was just cinema, man. Chrollo's just different. Facts in the mirror. I will never read or watch York New York the same. Me neither, Tay, at this point. Me neither. Can't wait for Chrollo versus Hisoka 2. Insane. Insane that is going to take place. Like, man. Now that we have this knowledge, bro. Yeah, Hardy Momo, thank you once again for the super dog. I appreciate you. Profile picture change, a new era. Let me tell you something, Arturo. If I ever changed the Jing profile picture, it would. I mean, I'm already like, it's already like in the final stretch of the channel because One Piece is about to end. So if we do, I can't change it. You know, that Jing profile picture. I've had people reach out to me when they reach episode 75 in Hunter x Hunter and be like, "Oh, this is Recon." I'm like, "Yeah, at this point, that's synonymous with the channel, right?" And it fits. I feel like it really does fit the channel. So if I ever do change it one day, if I didn't change it for Shoyo or Gintoki, I feel like I'm never going to change it. If I didn't change it during 1044 of One Piece this year, I really don't think I'm ever changing it. I really don't think I'm ever changing it. Chrollo going to go out as G and top villain of all time. Yo, DJ is the fact. We came out of chapter 394 and 393 talking about how Terror's Sandwich now had the potential to reach the Meruems and the Shinobu Sensuis and right, the goats, right, the Toguros, the Chrollos. The Terror's Sandwich had the potential to reach that. And within that same stretch of chapters, Togashi was like, not only is Terror's Sandwich going to be that, but I'm going to elevate one of my all-time GOATs into even greater status. As a fanboy of good villains, I'm having the time of my life, y'all. I'm having the time of my life, dude. This is genuinely goated. Oh, I'm having a good time. I could just imagine Yoshihiro Togashi. Recon, your drip is peak. I appreciate you, dog. Thank you so much, Andrew Sino. I appreciate you, yo. It's not me. It's Hunter x Hunter. I promise you. It's Hunter x Hunter making me look good. But on a serious note, coming out of this stretch of chapters here, and by the time this arc comes to a close, I'm talking the boat part. Obviously, when we get to the Dark Continent, something else is going to have to come to the forefront, but like I said, as a massive fan of villains, and specifically for me, I love villainous organizations, like those, the organizations in any anime, any video game, any TV show, whatever it is. That is my thing. I love, and it's because I grew up, of course, with like Kingdom Hearts and Naruto and stuff like that, right? With like the Akatsuki Organization 13 and stuff like. It's in my blood. I can't help it. And so Chrollo being the leader of that and seeing the establishment of that is so cool. It is just so cool. I'm going to rewatch York New City soon, man. I'm super excited. My finals are almost over. So even, it's not going to be like back to back, but even going through it slowly but surely again. It's been about a year since I've rewatched it, so I'm excited. I can't look at York New the same, like Tay said earlier. I just can't. And I feel like once a series is able to recontextualize what you already consider to be greatness and have it evolve to an even higher level, that to me is true greatness. Because, you know, one thing that I'm sure all of us have when we go back and reread our favorites, especially for me, that I reread, rewatch, replay a lot of my favorites is it going to hit harder this time? Is it going to hit as hard, or am I going to have a worse experience with it? You know, that is always a fear in the back of my mind. And I know something's a favorite when it hits harder the next time, and the time after that, and the time after that, right? Like, I've had that experience multiple times with, like, chapters 1044 and 1015, or episode 1015 for One Piece as well, right? Like, I've rewatched it multiple times, reread 1044 multiple times. I know that junk is gas. Hunter x Hunter, I've rewatched Chimera Ant a million times, and it's better every time. You know what I mean? Like, it's those all-time greats that are going to stick with you forever. Especially when something from later on, like chapter 339 of Hunter x Hunter, forever elevated the Chimera Ant arc for me. Once I saw that final shot of, like, Chrollo, of Meruem and Komugi. Now this Phantom Troupe stretch, we're now going back to the York New City arc. I love that arc for the way in which, like, it's an excellent page turner. It has a vibe that you don't really find in, at least for me, in any other shonen battle manga that in regards to the way in which the story is presented, right? I think it has a really cool and unique vibe. It takes like the very best from thrillers and crime novels and puts it into a shonen battle manga while executing all the fantastical elements, the battle sequences, the need for survival, all of that. It's just a super cool arc, right? And that's why I've always appreciated it. But specifically, for me, like, inspiration from a writing standpoint is in how it's able to make you turn the pages. Do you know how difficult it is to make anyone want to turn the page? In 2022, when everyone's on their phones, I know people who can't even watch 5 seconds of an anime without going to sleep nowadays. You know, like, it's just, our attention spans have changed. York New City, if someone's getting into Hunter x Hunter right now, is going to make them go from episode 38 to 50, what was it, 58? 58? So they're going to go throughout the entire arc in like 2 sittings because that's the way it was written. You know what I mean? And that's just, to me, that's super inspirational and super impressive. Now it's going to change from not only it being that, but with these chapters recontextualizing that, now I'm going to have a different appreciation for it. And even a higher appreciation for that arc. So I'm excited. I am very excited. What does the note say, WZ? That's what I'm stressing. What do the numbers say, Mason? You know, for my Call of Duty fans in here, like, yo, what does it say? What does it say, son? Horace. What's good, Horace? No problem, Shadow, bro. No problem, man. You are the Hunter Hunter. You are the Hunter Hunter. I'm looking forward to seeing how AJ, shout out to my boy AJ Alexander, over on Twitter and on Twitch, currently going through the One Piece greatness and covering Hunter x Hunter chapters weekly. I wonder how he felt about this chapter, because I know he's a bigger Chrollo tard than me, so I know he must be super hyped. I gotta talk to him. Let me see. Sounds good, bro. Sounds good. You might be spitting King the flashback starter with no similarity between themselves and Mordena's faction. I mean, Tay, the thing is, there's some sort of connection that Togashi is attempting to establish within this flashback, so we see the consequences of that in present time, right? That's going to lead us to understanding Terror Sandwich's connection with him being presented with the Kurta clan eyes. We're going to see his connection to this entire scenario by the end of this flashback, by the end of this stretch. Maybe not necessarily by the end of like 400 or something, but we're going to understand Terror Sandwich's connection to the situation and Mordena's connection. Whatever that may be, we're going to understand, like, all of that coming out into, like, the next batch of chapters. I strongly believe that is the case. Whether we're shown that within the flashback itself, whether what happened with Sarasa does have a direct connection to something with Mordena or Terror Sandwich, or what led to Terror Sandwich getting the eyes, whatever the case may be, we're going to see it from the Phantom Troupe's perspective. Whether it be now or later, by the end of this arc, we're going to have that perspective. And it's going to allow us to understand why those three are so heavily intertwined right now. And when we get that information, we're going to come at, let's just say, an eventual meeting between those characters, or whenever another Phantom Troupe member dies, it's going to hit completely different, right? In a multitude of different ways. What I'm super excited about now after reading this flashback is, like we talked about last week, Shadow, in regards to the parallels between Kurapika and Chrollo, it's like, son, at this point in time, how many more of these are we about to get? It's clear as day now, you know what I mean? Like, it's so clear that it has Hunter x Hunter 1999 Evangelion levels of parallel. Like, bro, you can't watch York New City from Hunter x Hunter 1999 and not be like, oh my god, Look at the Evangelion references. You know, that's how I feel about Chrollo in this flashback. I'm like, brother, the Kurapika parallels are everywhere. Everywhere. The final panel is the same panel in chapter 114. Where's my phone, dude? Yo, I thought I sent it flying whenever in the middle of reading this chapter. Bro, it's 1! The Eagles started playing. Oh, thank God. Chrollo saved me from having a heart attack. Chrollo saved the boy. Are they winning? Oh, we're winning, bro. Get the Titans out of here. Well, let me shut up before they start throwing. Regardless, I didn't notice it was 1 o'clock. All right, Hunter x Hunter 114. Oh, dang, bro, it's 1 o'clock. Senegal and England play in 45 minutes. I mean, regardless. Speaking of parallels, just look at them. Look at them, bro. They're too filthy. They're filthy. So the final page of 114. I'm sorry. The final panel was the same panel in chapter 114. The same panel in, so it's not the final panel of 114. It's the same panel from 114. What page is it on? Together we are the spider. I see it. Goat, beak, 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 goat, goat, goat. And then it's followed with Chrollo saying, I'm the head and you're the legs. The legs do what the head says. There'll be times when the legs are more important than the head. If I die, someone else will take over. My orders are of the utmost priority. My life is not. Be sure to make the right decision. I'm only a part of the spider. What's important is the survival of the whole, not the individual. And you know Chrollo means that 100% because after this flashback, we can most certainly come to the conclusion that Chrollo values the lives of everyone else over his own. And yo, Lazy Mofo's my boy. Time to watch stream. Have a good day, everyone. I don't know what happened, but I know it's peak fiction. Yo, Lazy Mofos, man. Enjoy the stream, my good brother. Glad to have you here. Chrollo with the Eren Yeager resolve, becoming the greatest villain to protect his home and friends. We love to see it, Shadow. And we know. Oh man, that's just so. Now that you bring up that parallel, that's actually really cool. That's actually really cool. That's something I really love from Eren's character and the way it evolved as well. But Chrollo's just, he's flipping Chrollo, man. He's Chrollo. Don't forget to read chapter 175 and 114. So 114 I'll definitely read. 175, 174. So both of them. I'll definitely make sure to read those off stream as well. Just like how Kurapika felt when he saw the fake dead bodies. That's facts, Mome. That is facts. Go Recon, do you think the flashback continues or is this the end? That's actually a good question. I feel like it's going to continue in the next chapter, personally, because they do look a little older. And now, if we get to the founding part 4, because I feel like we still, I mean, even with what we've seen up until this point, the flashback could end now. But I think the flashback will continue because we still haven't reached what connects Terror Sandwich and Morena's factions to the situation. So I feel like it's going to continue. Maybe that's just copium because I want it to continue, but we'll see. We'll see. I think it's going to continue. WZ, I do. Hopefully. Agreed, Syndratic. The group that this is the Sarasa has to be a plot point in the comment the boat. I agree 110%. 110%. CCC says, do you think that the message the murderers left have to do anything with Kakin or the Fourth Prince? If you remember, Chrollo wanted to get on the boat before Hisoka even killed the 2 spiders. So you think that already from like all the way back then, he already had his target set on Kakin. That's interesting. And of course, we'll never know until he himself brings it up. Good eye, CC. Good eye. Fourth Prince Bodyguard was in the last page of 395. That is true. And we were talking about that whenever that was presented. So the troop became Reddit moderators, basically. Come on, Horace, man. We can't continue the goats to, you know. I mean, I don't use Reddit, so I'm not sure if Reddit moderators are goated or woted, but I haven't heard good things. But if there's some cool, there's always cool people. There's always cool people and people that suck. So hopefully there's some cool people that are Reddit moderators, and those will be the troop if that is the case. And American says, I finished Cold Steel, by the way, dog. I love Crow. Oh, you finished Cold Steel like 1? Cold Steel 1? Like, I love Crow, man. I need to see what my goat is cooking. He's the goat. Now, whenever Reen calls Valimar Cold Steel 2, it gets me so, oh, you're playing Cold Steel 2. Dude, CS2 is a special game. I love that game, bro. That is like shonen meathead sauce all over the place. It's just I love it. And it genuinely has a very engaging narrative. It's great. It's great. I love Reed and Crow's relationship, like their dynamics. So he's cooking. Nah, but Reed, whenever he like I don't know Keshi Balimaru and Awakening starts playing. Oh, no, that's that goatness, bro. That's that gas. Is there a dark web equivalent of Letterboxd in the Hunter x Hunter universe? How frequently does Sari obtain his profile? I mean, I'm going to assume Horace. He's probably updating it frequently. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if Terror Sandwich is... I actually caught up to this season of anime, you know. He's a sicko, so he's definitely watching Blue Lock, like I am. He's a sicko. He's probably watching Boshi the Rock. Terror Sandwich, he seems like a man of culture, a man of taste, and if he's a man of culture and a man of taste, he's definitely watching Boshi the Rock. There's no question about that. He's definitely watching Married Couple But Not Lovers, after what I saw in chapter 345. He's definitely watching that. Absolute peak fiction there. And if he's caught up to Spy Family, it would make sense as to why old girl from this chapter looks exactly like old girl from Spy Family. So who knows? Who knows, right? Let me see. There's still so much left we haven't seen. In regards to the flashback shadow, I agree. I feel like I want a volume. You know what I'm saying? Bro, listen. If there's any group of individuals that I want like a golden age length flashback, I know it's not going to happen. I don't think we'll ever get to the point. I'm not going to say that because obviously more stories are going to come out. But in regards to a 95 chapter flashback, what is it, 91? Because the Black Swordsman arc was four, I think it was 4 chapters. Regardless, 90 something like a chapter flashback. I don't think we'll ever see something of that like magnitude again. Though when I say that, but it probably will happen one day. Somebody will be inspired by Berserk and do it. But if there's any other group of characters that I would want at least a prolonged flashback on, it's the Troupe, especially if they're going to die. If the Phantom Troupe members are going to die, like Togashi said, where Kurapika and Chrollo are not going to leave this series alive, then brother, let me have this flashback. Give me more of this. Give me, from here, from 395 all the way until 400 and something of this flashback. I would take it. Any day of the week, any day of the year, it'd be peak, you know? Now, let me say this. The flashback not being over kind of scares me, though, in regard from a quality standpoint for me, because, and I'm not in a negative way, I'm talking about in a positive way, because this week's chapter was one of the best chapters I've read this year, and one of the best chapters in the series. And you're telling me there's more in the kitchen? Oh, goodness gracious. Dude, more cooking in the kitchen, son? Good lord. Those knives can be something related to Ben Knife, maybe. That's interesting, son, on Sync. Very, I love your profile picture, by the way. That's Joe, right? Shout out to Yabuki Joe, man. That's my boy. Nobunaga mentioned them being driven by anger and despair and not knowing what they want. And there's a transition point from that state to where they are now. That's a factual statement, Shadow. And I believe that is where we're heading here with 398, 399, 400. 110%. Yo, Ryzen King Rodney, bro. Chrollo, Goat Man, Lou. Bro, he's too filthy. He's too filthy. He's too filthy. He's too flippin' filthy, man. Terry Sanders was definitely watching the vomit scene in Chainsaw Man on loop. You know, he strikes me as someone who not only watched that on loop, but he would watch that ending from that episode. God, the most recent Chainsaw Man episode, that junk was crazy. That junk had me sweating. And I'm a manga reader, that junk had me sweating. This backstory has far surpassed Sensui's, and I don't say that lightly. Oh, man, and Sensui's had a golden flashback, man. So, but you're not a chain user, so I believe you. I believe you're not a chain user. Come on, Kurapika, he's out here trying to get me killed, man. Not a chain user. I love that name. That is a goat name. Oh, man. I'm going to be wrapping up soon, y'all, but I want to give a massive thank you to all of you who stopped by. Like I said at the beginning of the stream, I'm currently dealing with a copyright strike situation. So because of that, I know the channel's been soft banned. So literally any type of the fact that there's anyone here to me is a miracle, and the fact that a bunch of y'all gave some time on your Sunday to come watch a man spaz out over Hunter x Hunter, it means a lot to me, because the channel right now is going through it. I can tell y'all that. I'm hoping that we don't have a scenario like we did on the old channel, but things are definitely going. I mean, they're going great in regards to like the content that we're doing and the series we're covering and stuff. But that copyright strike thing sucks, because it's like now no matter what I upload, I'm like, well, what can I actually upload it? You know, will YouTube let me? So, but I really do appreciate y'all for stopping by, man. Thank you for being here. I agree, CC. I think we'll continue to the Kurta clan massacre. I do believe that to be the case as well. What if by some twist Kurapika ends up being the last member of the family, the last member of maybe the leader of the remaining spiders? Wild theory, I know, but it implies some heavy stuff. So you're saying Kurapika ends up being a member of the troupe? If Kurapika ever ends up being a member of the troupe, or if he ends up being the new head, that'd be nuts. That'd be nuts. I know we've talked about that before, but now with this context, that'd be nuts. The only thing that stops me from saying that is that he killed Uvo. And since he killed Uvo, I'm not sure if they would ever... Bro, Chrollo said he'll never forgive anyone who kills him, bro. Like, you know what I mean? So, but we'll see. We'll see what happens there. We'll see what he's cooking in regards to that. Jakassi's drawing of reaction phases top tier, especially for Chrollo. Agreed, Pluto. Agreed. Who will trigger the Kurta massacre recontextualization, Chrollo or Sari? I'm going to assume it's going to be... I want to say it's a little bit of both, but if I had to bet on one of those two, it'll be Sari. I do. Unless we continue from here on out, right? In regards to like seeing the flashback through the Phantom Troupe's perspective, and seeing the Kurta clan massacre through their perspective, then of course that'll be recontextualized right there. Glad to see you can still stream. Yeah, you know, King Benny boy, me too, man. I honestly didn't think I'd be able to stream. The afterthoughts for One Piece today, I didn't think I'd be able to upload. And this either. What actually propelled all this to happen is I tried it out yesterday because they dropped a Trails of Cold Steel anime trailer. And I was like, alright, I gotta do something. You know, finals were going in. I really wanted to. There's so many videos I wanted to make. And I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna try it. We'll see what happens. And it let me upload that video. And I was like, yes. Because normally when you get a copyright strike, the channel's like dead, right? But thankfully, since it's only one, at least for now, hopefully it stays at one. But at least for now, hopefully they continue to let me stream and upload long videos. But it's crazy. It's crazy. I'm gonna continue trying to deal with this scenario. But as long as we can still stream and make videos, I don't care. I don't care, dude. It's like, bro, greatness is popping off too hard, bro. All of my favorite Shonen Jump series are going ham. All I'm missing is for Hideaki Surachi to come out of the woodworks. And I'm not saying he has to continue Gintama, but if he were to come out with another series, yo, that would complete my existence. Are you kidding me, bro? Yo! My series are all popping off right now, man. I'm eating. I appreciate you, Pluto, man. Yeah, Horus, bro. Yeah, crazy, man. Crazy. Now with how the soft man, I thought we were going to potentially reach 20k by the end of the year. Now that it's been soft banned, I highly doubt we're going to reach it. But if we do, that'll be a miracle. A miracle only possible because of y'all. I can promise you that. It for sure wasn't YouTube. So that would be dope. Yo, Shadow put out the thread here. Can I promote that? Pin message? I'm going to pin Shadow's message right here. This is his Twitter thread for the most recent chapter. I'm very much looking forward to reading this after the stream. So shout out to my boy Shadow. Can you imagine when Chrollo dies, we see a transition panel of him reflecting and imagining himself sitting on the stage in front of the kids like in, oh my god, Momome. And you know, based on how cinematic this chapter was, imagine how cinematic that death sequence is going to be. Oh, you already... And it's going to have all the troop members performing in the after... Oh, man. Don't say that, Momome. Oh, bro, you just got me my feels, dude. No, that's gonna be peak. Man, DJ, I appreciate you, man. Take care, yo. Thank you, Syndratic Dog. Thank you, man. I truly, truly do appreciate y'all. Nothing but love. Backs Horace, man. For sure, always showing up to read the King. Hope the channel strikes like clear. Sorry, for sure, Tame, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, bro. I need to see that Cold Steel anime trailer after I finish Cold Steel 4. Yes, in the mare. Yes, sir. It's some gas, man. It is some gas. Yo, when you finish Cold Steel 3, well, honestly, after Cold Steel 2, you could let me know your thoughts. Because, Cold Steel 2 has a gas final stretch, man. So I'm looking forward to seeing your thoughts on that. But I'm a big fan of Cold Steel 3 and 4, so I'm looking forward to seeing your thoughts on the rest of the saga. I can't imagine Chrollo dying. Yeah, facts. Me too, not a J Newser, yo. Like, I don't want it to happen. As long as the spider lives on, Chrollo's definitely not being vain. That's facts. 100% facts. The One Piece episode last night was peak. It was peak Syndratic. I recorded a reaction to it. The thing is, it's just, it was so long, like the reaction, because it's 3 episodes. I tried to have it uploaded. My computer crashed at like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, well, that thing's not coming back up. So now, after I finish doing this stream, I'm going to put that video to render and upload for the rest of the night. And hopefully it comes out, or hopefully it'll be able to be published before the Bleach episode. If not, then I'll have to have it uploaded after the Bleach episode, which means it might take another day. Which means it might go up on Tuesday. Wait, no, that One Piece episode was great. Great, man. Man, I love these Hunter x Hunter reactions. I appreciate you, Belladante, man. I love doing them. Hunter x Hunter is such an amazing series, especially when you get a chapter like this. Shoot, anyone can come on here and react to Hunter x Hunter, bro. It's peak. It's literally peak, bro. Literally peak. I'm so glad my friend introduced me to Trails, man. He's good for that. These past few months have just been experiencing gas. Yo, man. Nothing but love to the person who introduced you to Trails, bro. They're always the goats. They're always the goats. Thanks, Syndratic, bro. I love how Togashi tied the Sarasa incident with the Machi Nan ability. Yeah, me too, Momami. And I look forward to seeing how that ends up playing a role later on down the line within the within the boat, right, for the rest of the series and the rest of the arc as a whole. Check Recon's description box for those social media links, notifications all sent out. That's right. Notifications are always sent out on Discord, Twitter. It depends if I remember to send it on Twitter, but Discord, either me or someone else will definitely always put a link out. Especially right now, since notifications are probably going to stop going out because of the soft ban. Just make sure to have some sort of alternate source if you want to attend the streams, obviously. So we're going to call it here, ladies and gentlemen. Like the stream. For sure, Hunter x Hunter greatness. So we will be back next week with more Hunter x Hunter. Now, my finals end on Wednesday, so I'm not sure how my schedule is going to be after that, right? For how much I'm going to be doing in a day. But what I want to do is get back to covering Hunter x Hunter on Fridays, always depending on when One Piece comes out, because obviously if One Piece comes out on Friday, I gotta do that one first, and then Hunter x Hunter comes out way later on after One Piece anyway. So if One Piece comes out on Friday, I know for a fact I won't be able to do Hunter x Hunter until Sunday. But if One Piece comes out on Thursday, I might be able to do it on Friday. But for right now, just like I said last week, just keep an eye out on the channel for Hunter x Hunter streams on either Friday or Sunday. The good thing about Sunday is that I always have this time of the day to myself. So that is, I don't know how long it's going to remain. Now that finals are over, I might switch over to a different schedule where on Sunday I'll be busy at this point in time. So it depends. But if I'm still free on Sundays, it might remain on Sundays because I really like having Hunter x Hunter on Sunday. It's been great. But if that is no longer possible, or if Friday is available, I might just do it on Friday as well. So just keep an eye out on the channel for that. It's going to be unpredictable from here on, especially after finals is over. So we'll see what happens, but I will see y'all next time. Thank you so much for being here. Like I said before, it really means a lot with everything that's been going on. So Hunter x Hunter greatness. This chapter was generational. It was magnificent. It was beautiful. Shakespeare is currently clapping. Picasso is whistling. You've got all the legends in the history of the business talking about some awesome gas was just released. And I'm like, yes, sir. It's all about that Phantom Troupe greatness. Hunter x Hunter 397. Without question, one of the best chapters of the year. And a generational Hunter x Hunter chapter at that. A chapter that made this 4-year wait for this batch of chapters 100% worth it. I already felt that way after receiving the first chapter of Hunter x Hunter's Return, let alone after getting one of the all-time best chapters in this series. Togashi is back, he's cooking, and one might argue he's doing it at a higher level than ever. The cinematic experience of this chapter, the thematic experience that was this chapter was out of this world. So I look forward to seeing all of y'all next time. Make sure to check out Angry Shadow's thread on the chapter over on Twitter, and I will see y'all for more Hunter x Hunter greatness throughout the week. Bleach tomorrow, be back up in somewhere. One of my favorite fights of all time is going to start tomorrow in the Bleach anime, so I look forward to seeing y'all there. Have a good one. Take care. Hunter x Hunter greatness. Spicy, I see you, my boy. Have a good one, y'all, man. Take care. Ashen Samurai Jito, I see you too, yo. Y'all have a good one, man. Nothing but love to my